Hey guys, JP Cormier here for the next in the Boucher guitar series. There's two left. This is the last of the second to last video is going to come up. I started these a while ago. I got the first 6 done before I left on tour in January, and then of course went out on tour, got COVID-19, played part of the tour got canceled. We've been in lockdown here for over a month, and so yeah, it's been a weird time, but now I'm back at creating more online content. So I want to get these last 2 Bouchers done. So I've told the story about how I came into these guitars, and this next one is a really cool guitar. Not only because it's a Boucher and it sounds incredible, but there's a good story behind it. A few years ago, on one of my stops I made at Robin's shop in Berthier-sur-Mer, Quebec, which I often do when I'm traveling by that way. I have to go right by his shop to get to Toronto driving. And so I stopped in there one day, and as usual, there just aren't very many guitars sitting around because they're all sold. And but there is a room in the fit and finish shop, this final inspection shop, that's designed to hang guitars up and stuff, and it's an acoustically a nice room acoustically. And so I wandered in there just out of curiosity to see if there's anything sitting around, and up on the wall, dead center, high up, was this little tiny guitar, and I didn't recognize it. I had never seen the model before, and I looked at Robin and I said, "What is that?" He said, "Oh, no, that's terrible. That's nothing. It's a prototype." And I was like, "A prototype of what?" And he's like, "I want to build a parlor guitar." I said, "Let me try. I got to play it." "Oh, no, you won't like it." And he took it down and I played it. It blew my face off. And but he wouldn't let go of it. And so a bit more time went on, and I was doing a clinic run out in Alberta, and there was a shop out there that was having some difficulties, so they were returning a lot of instruments to builders, and so they were returning Robin's guitars. And I was already out there, so I went to pick up this one guitar they had of his, and lo and behold, it was a parlor guitar. And my mind was blown by that guitar, and I couldn't stop playing it. I ended up playing it at all the clinics, and of course, the more I played it, the more these dealers wanted to buy the guitar to sell, buy it from Robin. So it ended up that it was sold before I got off the road out there, and I never got my hands on it. And when I got home, I just told Robin, I said, "Man, that was one of the sweetest guitars I have ever seen." And he said, "You know what?" He said, "You've been doing a lot for us." He said, "I'm going to do you a favor." I said, "What favor is that?" And he said, "Well, I have the second prototype, the one that was, the first one was destroyed, I guess, or he put it away somewhere. It's never going to be seen." He said, "I have a second prototype, and Julian, our tech here, actually has the guitar at his house, and we'd be proud if you took it." And so I stopped by there on the way to a date in Ontario, and I picked up this guitar right here. This is, I call her the Ladybird, and she is a parlor guitar, Adirondack top, herringbone trim, and sunburst on both sides. It's a mahogany guitar. It's sunburst in the back as well, all trimmed in maple, and still a prototype. So this guitar is exceptionally special because it's the only one that exists. All of his parlors after this one, he made some improvements in bracing and all kinds of things, but this guitar, the sound of it is still just utterly amazing. So there you go. There's the Ladybird. Excuse me. Another, just an amazing piece of work. She has a tiny little belly back here because, like I said, he was still perfecting the bracing on these guitars, and so I'm so proud to have this instrument. I would never part with it. It's part of Robin's history as a builder. And man, when you take a close look at this guitar he was building as a prototype, he never intended for this thing to ever see the light of day. And it's better fit and finish than any instrument I've ever seen hanging on a wall in a shop. Like it's just pristine, and it's so incredibly loud. And when you play it with a flat pick, it's the same thing. I haven't played it for a while, so, and the strings are old. Like a small body guitar is really not supposed to sound like that, honestly, and or have that much sustain or that kind of tone. And it's just, I found myself, when I had this guitar out of the case, I can't stop playing it. It just makes you want to fool around with everything, like whatever you put your mind to. And of course, is a 12 fret body, so it joins at the 12th fret, which is a slight drawback. But we're going to address how that can be remedied in the next video, the last guitar that I got from Boucher, which will be coming up. Or I'm going to upload both of these videos in the same day, so be sure to check them out. And please, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's free. You just join the club. You get to, hit the notification bell. Let's drive the subscribers up. The more that happens, the more advertisers come and put their ads on my videos. It makes me money, and at this time in our lives, that's the only money I make. So, yeah, yep. So a big shout out to Robin, Julian, Guillaume, and all the rest of the guys in the shop for this guitar. The Ladybird is her name. And yeah, so we'll stay safe, stay at home if you can, stay at home and stay safe. And I'm going to start filming the next video right now as soon as I get this one uploaded. And so we'll get the last two Bouchers. And then we're going to start looking at some more projects. So keep your eyes open on the channel. And we'll see you soon. Love you dearly. Take care.